Well, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, no matter where you are in the world. It's your boy JJ here once again. We got a new excitement coming up for you. It looks like AMD done released a new driver software, AMD Adrenalin 22.11.1. Stick around to the end. I'll give you my final thoughts. But we got more for you, so we're going to roll this B-roll and do enjoy yourself right here on JJ's PC Builds. Alright, welcome back. Glad you made it back through the B-roll, of course. Looks like AMD Adrenalin has new drivers that just come out. I'll give you my final thoughts at the end of the video, so that way you all can see from step by step. I'm not going to make it too long of a video like I did the last video, which I made it in an hour, and I do apologize for it. I had a lot to say in an hour, but we're going to try to get this through really quick for you, and so that way y'all can see what's going on. Let me go ahead and flip the screen. Oh my goodness, of course this is my stats for AMD Adrenalin. I'm running those just to test my system with the new drivers from AMD, the 2211 2 or 1. So let's just jump and dive right up into it and get going with it. Let's see what happens. The 2211.1, the highlights is support for Call of Duty, Warzone 2.0, and Marvel Spider-Man Miles Morales. Fixed issues is World of Warships prediction lines may be missing on the Radeon RX 6000 series GPUs. With Radeon anti-lag is enabled and beep can be heard when pressing the shift key and back key. Guess they fixed that issue. OpenGL application using MSAA may see visual corruption. They fixed that. I haven't seen that on OpenGL because I use Second Life that uses OpenGL. I haven't seen that yet, but since they fixed it, maybe it's a plus for me. Well, you never know, it's a plus for you. Okay, higher than expected idle VRAM clock using multi-monitor setup on Radeon RX 6000 series GPUs. Select object may be missing in Ephesus, however you say that, but anyway. Known issues during video playback and window switching and intermittent driver timeout or black screen may occur with the RX 6000 series using some 240 Hz refresh rate displays and high refresh rate primary display plus low refresh rate secondary display configurations. Well, that depends on if you're using 1440 or you're using 4K, basically. So this is just basically the known issues are with the RX 6000 series. If you're running an iGPU, this really wouldn't matter to you, but it does when you run a discrete graphics card. Important notes: AMD software capture and stream feature overlay support for clone mode and iNfinity display configurations will be introduced at a later time. Well, that's good to know. Y'all know about the package contents. I don't need to go any further than that. Compatibility, I'm sure you get the right kind of drivers for your compatibility. It's for Windows 10 and 11. There's not much more to it. So the thing is this, I've been running with this for a couple hours now. Not saying I've been longer than 24 hours, but I've been running it for a couple hours, and I can tell you I don't see any issues with the 2211 seems to be doing really good. AMD seems to be really stepping up on the drivers, and the software, because it seems to be running better than, you know, it was a long time ago. But also, too, do remember, and Nvidia did have their spurts of times, and so did Intel, you know. So all in all, I would say they're about even at this point. Everybody cries and complains about AMD software drivers, which they don't understand. If you don't have the right components, and this goes with all computers, if you don't have the right components to do the job, and you mix match parts, then be expected for that to happen. If you don't mix match parts, and let's say you get a 3-in-1 system and you have these kind of issues, then that's usually because of the driver update issues. Basically, you're not updating the driver's supports for your video card or your CPU, or something in your motherboard that's going to affect your GPU or iGPU. If you don't keep them up in the check, then 9 out of 10 chances it's going to affect your gaming performance and everything else. So make sure you keep your drivers up to date, and and keep everything in check. But as far as my thoughts, this is my thoughts. Since this is going to be an early video, I just wanted to throw this out here to you. Performance wise, I see the same performance as the 2210-3. I don't see any crashing or anything else happening. What I'm going to do is I'm going to test this theory a little bit, and I'm going to open up Tropical. Let's go ahead and do that. I'll open up Tropical and run it and see what we get. I'll move it up onto the screen for y'all. And I'll hit benchmark. So I'm just running this for a quick benchmark. This is Eugene Tropical. Let's let it run through really quick, and I'll give you my final thoughts at the end. This way you can see that the drivers that I just put in is good, decent drivers, so you don't think it's like phony. Oop. Oh, I opened up the wrong thing. I forgot to open up GPU-Z. I opened up CPU-Z. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I opened up the wrong thing. Oh my God. There. Don't worry, it's not going to affect the test, me doing this. Alrighty. There. Now you can see what my graphics card's all about. So that way y'all understand. This is not a GPU. This is not a CPU. I mean a discrete graphics card. This is just a plain old integrated graphics. The reason why I run integrated graphics is because I seem to have better luck with integrated graphics than I do with a discrete graphics card. And the temperature still looks good. It's holding at about 132 degrees Fahrenheit. The CPU and the GPU is, the iGPU is holding at 117 at 99%. So far so good. The drivers seem to, I don't see any artifacting or anything else, you know, and I'm looking at this test right now. It seems to be running really good with these drivers. As you can see, you know, there's no jump cuts or anything else. This is the real deal. You know, I'm benchmarking it in front of you all, and you all see what's going on. I'm not going to run, I'm everything that I do, I don't want to run, you know, and give you like these, like, graphs and stuff like that. I want you all to see it in real time. This right now is in real time. So when I post this video out to you today, it's in real time. It's not yesterday's, it's not tomorrow, it's today's. This is today's video. As you can see, it's still doing really good. The average FPS is 342.4. The score I got is 86.26. Minimal FPS is 7.7. That's the minimal FPS. The maximum FPS is 731.5. Now, I wanted to take and do everything on the low side so you can see the overall performance of the card. So I wanted to give you all that extra bit of performance so you can see that the card's being stressed. Now, I know some people say, well, how come you're doing it this way? Well, I'm doing it this way because I want y'all to understand something. Okay? One, having all that extra ray tracing and stuff on your video cards, that's one thing if you want to play AAA gaming, you know, and, you know, gaming that really requires all that. But if you're not playing games that really require that, then I really don't see the need. I really don't see the need of getting a really expensive video card. You know, like the 4090, the 4080, you know. A decent card will run you just fine if you're doing it for everyday work and stuff like that. Or if you want to go to the more expensive side, that's up to you. But in my opinion, I wouldn't go too expensive because now they got these AIB partners got new cards coming out for the 4080, and you know, they're kind of boosting them up to where they got more speed, they pull more power and stuff like that. More power, I don't need more power. Okay, let me show you why. This right here, this shows you, this graph right here, if you watch my arrow, this says clock speed 2300. Okay, this is an iGPU, and utilization's only at 12% because I'm not really using it right now. Power consumption's only at about 22 watts. Current temperatures at 31 degrees C, so that way y'all understand the difference between Celsius and Fahrenheit. That's 90 degrees Fahrenheit if you were wondering. As you can see, my CPU is on this side, my GPU is up on the other side, and the VRAM speed, the clock speed for the VRAM is 1800 megahertz. And I did tell you all that before, and I'm sitting there wondering why everybody's saying, oh, it's only 1600 megahertz. Do you see 1600 megahertz here? No, that's 1800 megahertz. And the VRAM right now, it's only being used as 416 megabytes. This I set this up to where it utilizes 2 gigabytes of VRAM, but that's from the dedicated RAM. This is dedicated VRAM memory. Dedicated. There's a difference between having a dedicated discrete graphics card, and there's a difference between having a dedicated iGPU. See, the dedicated iGPU, I use 2 gigabytes of the RAM that's on the motherboard for the video, for the iGPU. That's a big difference than running it through another process of a discrete graphics card. See, you got to understand something. When you plug in a discrete graphics card, it's got to go through all its VRAM and everything else before it circles back. But with an iGPU, it's direct. This is direct connection. This goes from the CPU to the RAM, back and out. So I have if they decided to do FRS3 with the iGPU, or they want to do ray tracing with the iGPU, that's something I would love to see. But anyway, I don't want this video to get too long. Make sure y'all like and subscribe. It would help us out immensely. Oh, and I want to thank you for the 3 new subscribers that we just got. I want to thank you all for joining the family. And there's more videos that are going to be coming out, so do stick around for that. For all the people that are watching, make sure if you're going to watch the video, you might as well subscribe. This way you get up-to-date videos, so you see every video that comes out that I put out daily. So it would immensely help us if you watch the videos from beginning to the end. That puts more watch time on the clock. So, but we're trying to work towards 1,000 subscribers, and we're trying to work towards 4,000 watch hours. We're getting there slowly, but the thing is, we're trying to get there. As soon as we get there a little bit faster, the more that I can go to the next goals, and then I can keep moving forward. But if you want to help us out, subscribe, watch the videos, put some likes on them, would be much appreciated. It helps support the channel. Okay, until the next time and the next video, this is JJ, your boy, and we will see you then. Alrighty, I'm glad you stayed to the end. It looks like what I'm doing right now is I doubled up on the tropical. On your left side, I have it minimal requirements. On the right side, I have it to where it's on the high aspects. So basically you get to see both sides of the field. Let me move this a little bit over to where you can see it better. And let's see, let's get it balanced in there for you. Good deal. I'm going to benchmark both. And we're going to see the results. So here we go. So stick around. We'll see the final benchmarks and see what happens. This is the first time me doing this, so I want to see what's going to be better. The one that's set on minimal or the one that's set on high advanced. See which one's going to be better. Now running it twice puts a real big load on this iGPU. And so far, it seems that the iGPU's at temperatures at 117, and the CPU part is at 132. So far so good. Here, I'll pull this up for you really quick. While that's doing that, you can see how much it's pulling. Look at over here, power consumption almost teetering at 60. It's about 60 watts. Okay. Power consumption on the CPU is about almost at 20 watts. So, you know, it's doing what it needs to do. Um, Everything seems to be holding up really good. So let's finish this out. Just wanted to show you what it's pulling on the VRAM. The VRAM's only at 810 megabytes, and we're still holding strong at the clock speed at 2300 with the VRAM clock speed at 1800. So we're doing pretty good. There. We'll go right back on it. I have not stopped the test when I was showing you those graphs. So, and this is an iGPU. This is the Ryzen 5 5600G. The one that nobody ever looks at. The one that says, oh, it can't do this and it can't do that. Well, I'll tell you what, ever since I've built this system, I am very, very impressed on the performance. The performance is like out of this world compared to what I used to have, a Gen 3 system, an Intel Gen 3. This, Zen 3 is it's a big eye opener. So, and here we go. FPS is at 132.3 on the left, and on the right it's 117.6. Now you can see this is what you expect right here. But anyway, make sure y'all like and subscribe, and we'll see you on the next video, and thank you for sticking around, and have a great day.